The discovery that brewing tea might help purify water is fascinating and unexpectedly practical, blending ancient tradition with modern science in a way that feels both elegant and hopeful. A new study out of Northwestern University found that the tea brewing process can actually absorb harmful heavy metals such as lead and cadmium, a property made possible by the unique structure and surface characteristics of tea leaves, particularly black tea. It turns out the same leaves that release soothing flavors into your mug may also trap dangerous contaminants within their wrinkled, porous surfaces. For many, that adds a whole new dimension to a daily ritual. This breakthrough is especially promising because tea is one of the most widely consumed beverages in the world. It's accessible, affordable, and already part of countless people's lives. The idea that a humble cup of tea could potentially reduce some heavy metal content from water without requiring any additional steps or equipment speaks to the quiet power of simple materials. And with tea bags made from natural cellulose performing particularly well, there's even potential for some environmentally conscious synergy, avoiding the microplastic concerns associated with synthetic materials like nylon. However, it's essential to recognize the limitations of this finding. The positive effect of tea on water quality is modest. In standard brewing conditions, it may remove about 15% of lead from a contaminated cup, a useful contribution, but not a comprehensive solution. The heavy metal concentrations tested in the study were much higher than what's typically found in U.S. tap water. So while the experiment offers valuable insight into the natural adsorption capabilities of tea leaves, it's not a substitute for proper water filtration systems, especially in environments where contamination levels are dangerously high. There's also a critical warning embedded in the study. Tea may filter out a portion of lead or cadmium, but it won't address the full spectrum of pollutants. Many harmful substances in drinking water, including nitrates, disinfection byproducts, arsenic, and synthetic chemicals like PFAS, are unlikely to be adsorbed by tea. In fact, assuming tea alone can clean contaminated water could be dangerously misleading, particularly for vulnerable populations like children, for whom no level of lead exposure is considered safe. A warm drink may offer comfort, but it doesn't guarantee safety. And while the study rightly praises tea's capacity for heavy metal adsorption, it does not imply that tea leaves are uniquely suited for this purpose. Many materials with large surface areas and open pores can adsorb contaminants, but those materials aren't typically food safe or as easily available as a tea bag. This is what makes the finding both charming and practical. It's not that tea is magical, but that it's already in use and readily scalable in resource-limited settings. Ultimately, this study is a refreshing reminder of how everyday habits intersect with science in surprising and helpful ways. For people in emergency situations, travelers in uncertain environments, or those living in areas with questionable water quality, even a small reduction in metal contaminants can offer a degree of protection. But the broader takeaway should be one of awareness about what's in our water, how we treat it, and how far we can and can't go with do-it-yourself methods. A cup of tea might soothe the soul, and now we know it might protect the body, just not entirely on its own.